Thank you, Chair. Mr. Popsoy, 2 years ago, I requested to the Committee of Ministers at what stage of compliance was the resolution regarding Pegasus spyware that urged Poland, Hungary, Azerbaijan, Greece and Spain to provide information, investigate all cases, apply sanctions and provide redress to the victims. The answer was that due to the lack of consensus, it was no reply. You will agree with me that this is unacceptable and a disdain to the victims and a disdain to the work of this assembly. So again, I ask the Committee of Ministers, your presidency, whether those member states have provided information, investigated all cases, applied sanctions and provide redress to the victims. Thank you.
Mr. Popsoy.
The Committee of Ministers adopted its reply to your Assembly recommendations on Pegasus and similar spyware and state surveillance in September 2024. We're also concerned by the deeply intrusive nature of Pegasus and similar spyware tools, which turn targeted smartphones into 24-hour surveillance devices. Given the role played by mobile phones in collecting, storing and processing large amounts of highly sensitive personal data, there is clearly a risk of serious violations of the rights to private life as protected by Article 8 of the Convention. The view was reinforced by the Venice Commission in its report in December 2024 on rule of law and human rights compliant regulation in spyware. The report concluded that the use and development of intrusive surveillance software such as spyware should only be possible if the relevant legal framework meets certain strict requirements. In view of the gravity of this threat, the Committee of Ministers invited its Steering Committee on Human Rights to consider the Assembly's recommendation on preparing a non-binding instrument on secret surveillance and human rights. This was not taken up in the last autumn's revision of the terms of reference, but it may be examined in the next year. The same applies to the Assembly's proposal to examine the feasibility of a Council of Europe Convention on the acquisition, use, scale and export of spyware, which may be considered following any work on a non-binding instrument.
Thank you. We now come to the list of all the other speakers.